Alright, so let's finish modeling our character here. The character's wearing clothes, so I'm going to pull out some geometry to make cuffs for his pants and shirt, and also coattails and a collar. Now, some people like to have a character base mesh and model clothes over top of the base mesh so that the clothes are separate meshes. But that's really difficult to do because a lot of times the base mesh will poke through and you can see it underneath the clothes. So it's really not worth attempting unless you're making a game where you can customize the character and they can change clothes from one to another, but I'm not really doing that. So I'm just modeling the character so that they're shaped like a person already wearing clothes. The clothes are not separate, they're just part of this same continuous surface. Alright, we have sleeves. Now we're going to make a hem for the pants. Now we're going to make the feet look more like shoes, and we're going to add a built-up heel like a pair of nice dress shoes would have. Now the character's wearing a old-fashioned style jacket, so we're going to make coattails, long coattails. Now we're going to make a tall shirt collar around the neck. Alright, now we just have a few things to add to the head. I went back to my original drawing to see what I drew for the hair and the mustache. To match the concept art, I'm going to need to make the head a little bit taller. Now for the hair, I'm going to create a whole new object. I'm going to add a mirror modifier and create the hair as a separate mesh. I like to create the hair as a separate mesh because I imagine going back and making a better quality version with the special shader and all that stuff just for the hair, but you know, it probably won't happen. That's about the right shape for the hair, but we also need to give it thickness and model the inside as well. For the eyebrows, I'm just going to add a set of flat polygons, kind of like cards. And once we get to the texturing portion, I'll demonstrate how I make these in the eyebrows. Now the mustache, similar to the hair, separate object, mirror modifier. In my drawing, he had more of a walrus mustache, but instead I'm making kind of a curly point mustache. One last thing I gotta do is mark which edges are sharp edges. That's because my model is smooth shaded. But wherever there's a sharp edge, that's an edge that I don't want smooth shaded. So I'm going to mark them as sharp so that it's an exception from the smooth shading. When you mark an edge as sharp in Blender, it highlights it light blue so you can tell which ones are marked as sharp. So that's all for our character's geometry, but we still have several steps to go. In the next video, I'm going to rig the model so that it can be animated, and then after that I will add the texture to the model.